So let's talk about the glitch-infested, bug-riddled, janky mess known as Dead by Daylight. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not talking about Dead by Daylight. I'm actually talking about this hot mess of a game from Capcom. And I know what you're probably thinking out there, that I'm only doing this video because this other guy got several 100,000 views on his video, and he's got several million subscribers, and I'm riding his coattails and clout. And no, I've been sitting on these videos. I've been sitting on these clips since March. I played this game back in March because I knew the game was going to come to an end. It's disappearing June 29th, so play it while you can. Get the trophies while you can, or achievements. Mind you, you can only get this game with Resident Evil Village. Mind you, this game's not that great to begin with. Mind you, a lot of you are going to struggle with the trophies because everybody that's playing now are seasoned vets, and they just can smell the blood in the water that are you noobs that are going to come join. And mind you, you're probably just going to be bored to tears. It's not all bad, and it is a janky mess at times. The tutorial is the most pointless tutorial I've ever seen in a game. But that's beside the fact. A lot of it's pointless. There's a battle pass. Did you know there's a battle pass? Why is there a battle pass in this game? It's not a free-to-play game. I guess it is because it comes with Village, technically. But I forgot about this game at first. And the reason being, when I opened up and played Village, I forgot because this game was delayed by almost a year. And by the time it came out, I completely forgot it existed. Then when I redeemed the code, I was like, oh damn, yeah, that's right. There's a Resident Evil game I hadn't played. There's another multiplayer Resident Evil game, Resistance. It's not to be confused with that one. But they all have their issues. I just don't know why they just don't go ahead and remaster or redo Outbreak, or make a game where basically everyone's playing as rookie cops and we're all running around together, and if you get killed, you turn into a zombie, and now you've got to go after the other rookie cops. That would sell itself, but you know, I don't work for Capcom, so what the hell am I talking about? This game is horribly unbalanced. It's launched with one map, and there's a lot of reasons why it failed. One map is just not going to do it. It's got three now. So you've got the Baker map from Resident Evil 7. You've got the RA2, the iconic RPD map, and then there's the Village map, and that's it. There's no other maps, no other content. It died simply because there's no content. There was no player base because people didn't even know. There was no advertisement for the damn thing. The thing was delayed by a year, so people forgot. I forgot. And I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. And I didn't realize until I said, oh, wait a second. This game is shutting down in 6 months? Well, I better play it. And that's what I did. And I got all the trophies and achievements for it. But it's maybe not even worth my time or your time, but I don't know, it's interesting. It was fun. It was fun for the couple weeks I played. And mind you, that's all I did was play a couple weeks, stop playing. I literally got all the trophies in 3 days, which is harder than it sounds, and it might be hard for some people. It wasn't that hard just because I'm good at shooting games. Early on, you'll see like the first footage here is from like the earliest match I've played, and you know, it's rough around the edges, and I'm just starting, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and like, oh, this is janky, the animation's kind of funky, but I get used to it, and I get way better. Some characters are really unbalanced. I don't know why the last 5 characters are down there. Like, you could have stopped with Hunk. You could have added some more iconic characters, but like, these guys were not necessary. They were not needed to be in there. The cool thing is you can play as creatures, but again, no one wants to play as Fat Molded. I'm sorry. Obviously, Nemesis and the Tyrant, Jack Baker, those are the more fun characters to play as. You could have put zombies in there. You could have put lickers. Something more interesting than what they gave us. Basically, it's about who captures the capsules half the time. There's the battle pass and challenges. You can unlock wallpaper. The wallpaper is probably the coolest thing about the game. But you can look at the wallpaper without having unlocked it. And you can just take a screenshot and say, why am I going to waste, you know, battle pass money? Why would you buy this battle pass? Oh, please don't. Just don't. I think they're still selling it, which is insane. But the wallpaper is probably the coolest thing out there about the game. As a Resident Evil fan, you owe it to yourself just to see the wallpaper alone. The matchmaking, I'm getting people in the 3,000s, 4,000 range when I was playing. It's insane. You know, I just started out. And I think these people stay on just so they know that if anybody comes on, you know, I just want to stomp them. And that's the highlight of their day, just stomping noobs. So, the matchmaking, you can do cross-play. You can turn it off, but if that's the case, you're not going to really find any matches like that. Every now and again, you might, if you're playing on PlayStation, but most of the time you have to have it on. And then I worried about cheaters and PC and Steam and all that. But I didn't, as far as I'm aware, I didn't really encounter any. I think there was some using lag switches at times. Or just maybe their McDonald's Wi-Fi. I don't know. It was horrible at times. I can't believe the netcode could be that bad. I think some people were definitely cheating, lagging on purpose, lag switching so that they could gain an advantage. There's definitely some funky things. If you watch the whole video all the way through, you'll see some, strange teleportation. Maybe the netcode is just that bad. I don't know. This character is probably the least fun to play as, excuse me. And when I say the game is unbalanced, I mean it. Like, definitely Chris Redfield is like a superhero, a Marvel Comics superhero in this game. And Ada Wong is definitely OP in this game. So they're 1 and 2. But I've played and won with every character. I've got all the trophies. You can check for yourself if you don't believe me. And I got them all in the span of 72 hours because I was just grinding. And I enjoyed it for the brief time I played of it, but it got stale. It got boring real fast. The janky animations don't help. The lack of content certainly doesn't help. And the matches it seemed like some of the more fun matches, as soon as they were getting fun, as soon as they were getting started, they were over. It's a 5-minute timer. It's all team deathmatch, and it's basically, there's no teams. It's just deathmatch. You're just solo queuing, and you're playing whoever's got the most points. And that's cool and all, but it gets old really, really, really fast. And especially once I got the trophies out of the way, that was my motivation for playing, for keeping on grinding. Otherwise, I would have stopped. But I was like, what's kind of cool is just say 100% of this. But there's no platinum trophy. So if that's what you're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and play this, go download this, and get the platinum because I'm a trophy hunter. No, you're wasting your time because you're going to get 100%, but you're not getting the platinum because it doesn't exist. There's some funny dances and celebratory stuff that you can unlock, and of course everything you've got to unlock, so they want you paying for that battle pass. But why would you waste $10 on that thing? Even back in the day, even when this was, I don't want to say popular because I don't think this was ever popular, but it's a waste of money. This should have been a free-to-play game. Hell, if they had announced it as a free-to-play game, maybe they could have gotten some more eyes on it. Maybe it would have took off. Maybe they could have added some new maps. Who knows? It's not completely trash, but it's definitely not a good game. It's not a good Resident Evil game. I don't know, it just exists. What worries me is apparently Silent Hill F developers are the developers of this. Well, I mean, maybe they learned a lot from this. I don't know. But the graphics aren't all that bad. It's just the maps, too. Although they're iconic settings, they're so small. Like, I don't know. This would kind of be cool if they weren't just so tiny and just a lot of assets aren't used. It's just really, really small maps. It's not fun. Crazy thing is there's 2 other Resident Evil Online games that also suck. One is a little bit better than this. The other one is arguably worse than this. And those are still online, and I believe they are still going to be online for the foreseeable future. They haven't been shut down. There's no plan to shut them down. And again, if you're wondering, well, Next Level, why have you been sitting on this footage since March and you didn't upload it, and it's now, almost July? Well, it's because editing is a bitch, and it takes time, and I wanted to get, and this is a rush job. Like, it's not the best editing in the world. That doesn't mean you shouldn't still watch the complete video. I know, 75 minutes of this game that's dead and dying and going away forever. You need to watch it, because, yeah, it's good. But the gameplay is decent here. I'm doing pretty good, especially in the later matches, and I probably should have put those videos up front, but I was just wanting to highlight certain things, and especially when I was just learning. Which, if you jump in right now, you're gonna go through some frustrations. If you can find people to play with, so, most of the times it wasn't bad, and I could find people to play with. Every now and again, you'd have to wait a couple minutes, and every now and again there were server hiccups, and you'd be booted out and have to start right back from the beginning. But there was rarely times where I was sitting there for like an hour. I want to say maybe the longest wait was 10, 15 minutes. And that wasn't, that was rare. I could usually find a match. It's only six people that are in a lobby. And when I say six people in a lobby, you only really need three to play, so that's a cool thing. And I think from what I can recall that, you know, if somebody comes in the middle of a match, they're added. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they're waiting for the next round. I can't recall the way. Um, but the death animations, I want to say, are probably the coolest thing about the game. I'm not just talking about the regular animation. I'm not just talking about what just happened there. I'm talking about there are character-specific animations and scenarios where you can kill someone, and it looks so awesome. Nemesis, Tyrant, those are some of the ones that come to mind immediately. They just look so badass. And some of the moves that Ada does in the game, and Jill, and you know, Leon's infamous kick from Resident Evil 4. Just, they look really good. The character models look, you know, pretty decent. So it's not all bad. Some of the weapons are cool to use, and some of the items that you can get. It's just that there's so many things lacking, and maybe there was plans to add new weapons and new maps and new content, and just the game bombed and tanked so bad that they were like, nope, we're not going to donate any more resources to this abomination. I don't know. I really don't know what happened with this. But to be honest, I think it's just the lack of content for the beginning hurt. You launch a multiplayer game with one map and one mode, and you expect it to be successful in 2022, 2023, 2025, any year for that matter. Hell, in the 1990s. Like, come on. Sorry to watch the video all the way through because there's some cool kills, cool animations. I'm winning several of the matches, which I think is pretty impressive because, again, I was going up against people that were way higher ranks than I was, for the most part. Um, and overall, it's an interesting game. I don't know if it'll make you go ahead and download and buy it already, but chances are, if you have Resident Evil Village on console, you haven't even redeemed the code. So go ahead, open up the box if it's physical. If you got digital, then you've already got it. You just got to go and search out the game and install it. If you want to play it on Steam and you're trying to buy it now, um, you know, too bad. I'm pretty sure it's been delisted. I don't know if you get Village now, if you can go get the... I don't think you can. Anyway. So, if you do have the option, though, and you have Village, like I said, go ahead, check your boxes physically, and see if you've got the code, see if you already redeemed it. Who knows? Could be on your download list. You never know. And try it out. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You're probably going to get stomped the first couple matches, so just prepare for that. But if you're decent at shooter games, if you're decent at Resident Evil, you should have no problem getting good real fast. Um, you know, and even if you're not, it's not about unlocking all the trophies or achievements. It's just about, hey, let me play this game, have a little bit of fun, which I did have moderate size amount of fun for the short time I played it. You know, it was, again, a couple weeks, and I bored with it. Once I unlocked all the trophies in the 3 days, 72 hours, I played for another week or two, and then just totally fell off my radar because, again, the same maps, a lot of times you're playing against the same people, and that just got stale and got boring real fast. But it is a nice diversion, or a nice change of pace. Um, it's definitely, I guess, Capcom's attempt at Fortnitification of Resident Evil. There's a battle pass. There's dances like Fortnite that are in here that you can unlock. The only thing that's missing from Fortnite is all the content. There's absolutely no content in this game. Some of it's humorous. It's funky. It's janky. It is what it is. So enjoy the gameplay. And again, I should have had this video up months and months ago. Not that I would get any views or traction anyway, because I'm a small YouTuber, and yeah, I'm buried behind the algorithm. I'm underneath the algorithm. I am just a blip on the radar. But editing. Just the time it takes to edit a video. People don't even realize just the time to put clips together. And even if it looks like I didn't do any editing, it's still edited. I still did work on it. It takes so much time, so much effort that sometimes I'm just like, ugh, and I put it on the back burner. But I've got other series that I want to do. One of them I'll talk about because I don't care if somebody steals the idea because it's not that great of an idea to begin with, which is Uncharted. I wanted to talk about Uncharted multiplayer in 2025 because it's still going, it's still a thing, and I want to talk about the good and the bad about it. And I've got tons and tons of clips there, but again, it's just putting them all together and editing it in a much better way than I did here because again, this is a rushed edit, so I'll admit that at least. Um, I just haven't gotten around to it, and I've got other ideas, better ideas for videos and clips and things I want to do in montages and such, but I just haven't gotten around to them, and I don't want to go ahead and tip my hat on that because I think somebody will steal the idea. I've got one or two really good ideas, I think. I don't know if they'll get any views or what have you. Some of the best videos I've done, some of the best editing I've done, gets no attention. And then the stuff that I just put together in 2 seconds, that gets, 100,000 views, and I'm like, what? That makes no sense, but... And there's no even a rhyme or sense to it sometimes because some videos I go, okay, well, maybe the problem is I'm not talking. And then a video where I'm not talking will get 100,000 views. And then I was like, okay, well, then I won't talk at any of the videos, all of the videos. And then no views. And then there's some videos where I'm talking and just rambling and ranting, and that'll get 100,000 views. So it's just, I don't know. There's no, make it make sense, YouTube. That's all I'm saying. So, as I ramble and rant here. Enjoy the gameplay. Play this game while you can. It leaves in June. I will say the best thing about it, probably the graphics, the music, just, Resident Evil in general. It's fun just to play as the characters for that universe. But, definitely janky, definitely weird and odd. In a bad way. Definitely needed a lot more work, a lot more polish. The sad fact of the matter is that they delayed this by almost a year. So how bad was it before that? Because it's not good. It's not good. It's not horrible. It's not the worst game I've ever played. But you delayed this almost by a whole year, and it's still a mess. Like, wow. So let's pray for the Silent Hill game that they're working on. But enjoy the gameplay, which I think I've said 15 times now. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. And you can add me on PlayStation and Xbox and Steam. The name's Next Level taken across the board. This is PS4 gameplay on a PlayStation 5. And this was before I even bought the Pro. So this is just a regular base PS5. So enjoy. I'm not going to talk your head off. I did that for the past 20 minutes. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Until next time.
family.